What is up, Jags fans? How's everybody doing, man? We're getting this started right on time tonight because I am just pumped for what we have in store. Now, I know you guys may not be excited about the performance, but we got some clips to look at. And I know that I can convince you by the end of this show to have some optimism about the game. Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Before we get into it, I always got to plug the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, you better be subscribed. If you're watching this show after the fact, go subscribe so you get notifications for when the show goes live. This is a fan show, for fans, by fans. I try to read all the comments. I try to get them all in there, so make sure that you are subscribed so you can get and be a part of the live show. If you are a part of the live show, thank you so much. Shout out to Ace Sharpshooter, who's the first one in the chat. Says, first, baby. Nolly Full Cab is the first channel member in the chat, and he puts the Blake Bortles emojis in there. Robert Atzert says, let's go. Caleb says, I finally made it to one of these live shows. What's up, United? And not much, man. It's Friday. We don't usually do Friday shows, but since the game was Thursday, I figured, why not, We have Richmond Marooter says, what's up, bro? Hey, not much, dude. Feeling pretty good. I got a good workout in at the gym today. Got to listen to a lot of other people's contents about the Jags. So pretty excited about that. Chase does the rock on emojis. Jason Trent fan, oh, great name, says, what's up, Mr. Trent? Things are going good. Richmond Marooter, hey, this is one for all them people stressing about the preseason. Settle down a little bit, my guys. That's true. That's true. We're gonna have to kind of taper our expectations on that for sure. Tiger Talk says Luton is trash. Chase says from one Jags podcast to another one. Nice. Okay, well, let me know which one you were on and which one you were watching. I'd love to know. I was listening to the local radio here in Jacksonville all day today. Joanne Burke says, agree. I'm very optimistic. I can't wait for the whole first team to play. I think the run will be stopped by great linebackers. That's a good point. So I'm going to put up the PFF stats and then kind of let you guys look at those. And I'm going to kind of talk about like what I thought from the game. This is the defense of PFF stats, and if you can't see it very well, I'm sorry, but the number one highest graded player was Andrew Wingert. Okay, and for all the people that like to talk crap about Andrew Wingert, he actually had a decent game. He actually played pretty well, with an 85.9 defensive grade in the game. So, I mean, he graded it out really well. I know a lot of people aren't big on PFF, but I think it can give you a little bit of insight. Rudy Ford, the next highest graded player with 21 snaps. I mean, look, Wingert only played 14 snaps. I mean, that's maybe one series, maybe two series, so not a lot. So, I mean, he wasn't graded on a lot, but, it is what it is. Rashad Berry with 24 snaps with a 74 grade. Not bad. Arden Key, who we all saw play really well, 74.4 on 11 snaps. Not a lot of snaps, but was very effective, and that's Arden Key's MO for sure. Shabari Davis didn't play very much. Jeremiah Ledbetter, defensive tackle, 38 snaps with a 73 grade. I see you, buddy. Xavier Crawford, Rayshawn Jenkins, who, is what it is. Greg Jr., who a lot of people went into camp thinking that they wasn't as good as Monteric Brown, graded out 69. Deshaun Dixon, 68, so not terrible there. We'll take a look at the offense and how they graded out. Number one, Luke Farrell. Okay, Luke Farrell with an 84.8 grade. I mean, that's on 18 snaps. That's pretty good. Willie Johnson with an 83.7 grade at receiver. 13 snaps, not a bunch. You got Darrell Williams at center with 18 snaps with an 80 grade. Mekhi Sargent, who a lot of people thought played pretty well, 77.8 on 16 snaps. Coy Cronk might have played more snaps than anybody, 41 snaps with a 73.9. Coy Cronk may play his way onto this roster. Okay, there's not a lot. I'm the last one to say, these guys are gonna make the team because I've bought into hype for these guys a lot. And I watch them continually, not make the team. So I think Coy Cronk, though, has a chance. Coy Cronk definitely has a chance. So I just wanted to kind of show the offensive defensive grades before we get into the film. We're going to break down the film here in a second. I got some plays loaded up. Hopefully they work this time. Nolly Full Cap says Arden Key is a bad man. Yeah, he played good. Richard Maruder and Rudy is a beast at special teams sniping. You're right. Nolly Full Cap. All of this without major players on D. I want to see the full product with Devin Lloyd and Josh Allen. You're right. UCF Jaguar in the chat, man. UCF Jaguar had a great video out today. Go watch his videos. I think he had a good breakdown of the game, so go back and watch his. You guys probably already did, but if you didn't, make sure you go back. He says, it's funny, man. At the first sight, I thought Chad Muma did good. Seemed like he was flying all over the place. Okay, so I tweeted that I thought Chad Muma played well, and then I got buried in the Twitter comments. And then I was like, oh, dang. I was hanging with some buddies. We were kind of hanging out, having a good time. So maybe I just missed some things. That happens. That's why I go back and watch all the games. So I went back and watched the game, and I still think he had a good game. Did he? I mean, his grade. Okay, again, I'm showing grades, so it's only fair. He didn't grade out great, 50. But he got a 72.8 run defense grade and a 37 tackling grade. So his tackling grade and his coverage grade brought him down a lot, but I didn't think he played that bad. I really didn't. I thought he was decent compared, especially he was flying all over the field. And I got a couple plays on docket here that I think, at least gives us a different look. But and keep in mind, Chad Moon was a rookie coming from Wyoming, and he's had 5 padded practices in the NFL. I mean, you can't expect a lot. So I was thinking about all that when I was saying I think he played well. I was thinking about the lack of snaps and all that stuff. So I was thinking that he played well, but a lot of people don't agree. And that's the beauty of being Jags fans. We don't have to agree on everything. I know it's a novel concept nowadays, but we don't have to agree on everything, and that's fine. But I did get some plays to back up my point because, I can do that. So Krakatoa says, how is Muma not there? I feel like I saw him every play. I know. Richard Maruder was about to watch it, bro, but United was doing a live stream. Yeah, go back and you can watch his later. His is on repeat. Okay, mine's live. All right. Nolly Full Cap channel. Remember, he had that one good play on the sideline. Okay. I like Muma. He's gonna be nice. Okay, I agree with all you guys. Let's get into some film. Okay, and this is the moment of truth because last stream my film didn't work, but I have a feeling this time it will. Okay, so let's pull up our first play. And we'll see what happens here. I have faith. Oh, it's looking good already. Okay, so let me set this up for you. Okay, where's my little handy dandy drawing pen? Okay, here it is. All right, I like to have that ready to go. Okay, so this is I really only grab plays from the first through third quarter. I didn't grab plays from the fourth quarter. I watched this, didn't see. I mean, it wasn't much. There's not much to do there. Okay, there's just not much. Okay, so here we're gonna see the Jags on defense like they were most of the time, and they didn't even score in the first half, which is sad. But we were very vanilla. Okay, we were very vanilla on defense, which we all could have assumed, right? We were all either over fronts or under fronts. There was only a couple plays where we weren't in those two fronts, and they're on here, and I'm gonna show them to you guys. But I had to put this play in here. I had to because no one has talked more trash about Rayshawn Jenkins than me. Now, keep in mind, when I talk trash, I do it respectfully because I would never say a bad thing about a professional NFL player. These guys have made it to the professional leagues. They're good athletes. They're good football players. But I have been hard on Rayshawn Jenkins, okay? So Rayshawn Jenkins is actually going to make a decent play here. So when I say that the Jags were in an over front, all that means is that the nose tackle is on the opposite side of the ball as the tight end, okay? So the tight end is the strength of the field. So if your nose tackle is lined up on this one technique or a shade, however you want to call it, then your other D tackle is lined up in what's called the 3 technique right here. That's basically just means it's an over front, okay? So that's all that it is. It's pretty standard. I mean, that's like the default base defense, and 3-4 is this over defense, okay? So let's watch what happens here, okay? So we have a poor play action here. And again, listen, I said a lot of things about Rayshawn Jenkins, okay? I've said I have not given him due credit. I think he has a lot to prove. I mean, the guy wears a C on his chest for captain, and I saw him get ejected from 2 different games last year. That's all I'm saying, okay? I mean, he's definitely a good athlete. So this is Rayshawn Jenkins right here. And, I mean, he's going to look, getting down the line is all you can do on the run. When you're on the backside of a run, that's all you can do. And, he does it perfectly. So watch what he does here. Gets on the backside, makes a play, tackles him in the gap. Look, that's the best play I've seen on Rayshawn Jenkins in a long time. It really is. And, again, I played it because, I've been tough on Rayshawn Jenkins. And, listen, I can admit it. Number 10, though, Mack Hollis. The Raiders fans were pretty big on Mack Hollis. This dude isn't small. I mean, he's 6'4", 220. I mean, that's tight end size. If the dude puts on 10 pounds, he's an NFL tight end. Watch the blocking from Mack Hollis here. Don't like to see that. Hey, Mac, if you're going to make it in the NFL, you're going to want to see what you block, and you're definitely going to want to get your hands on the defensive player. Regardless, not Rayshawn Jenkins' fault. Makes a good play, makes a good tackle. Nothing, can't say anything bad about that. All right, so moving on. We're going to move on to this next play. This is, I think, the same drive here, okay? We're going to see another over front, okay? So, again, you got your tackle. We don't want that. We want that. You got your tackle is on the opposite side of the tight end. So he's on the weak side, right? That's how we know we're in over front. All right, Rayshawn Jenkins has walked down here. So essentially you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in the box against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so hat for a hat, we should be good here, okay? We should be good here. Unfortunately, we get caught. Okay, now, in my notes talking about the game, I had written down that the Jags coaches lost the rock, paper, scissors matchup. And here's what this means. Sometimes the defense will call a play and the offense will call a play, and it's the perfect call to the defense or vice versa. So, you catch them in a play. The Raiders caught us here. Okay, the Raiders caught us here. They're going to catch us in a screen. Okay, so we're going to end up bringing really only 4 here. But this wasn't a great play design, okay? And again, I know it's vanilla and I know it's early, but you got Muma and you got Shaq Quarterman here as your linebacker. So they're going to run the screen against us. And ideally, you want – what's up, Volkfang? What's up? Glad you're here. I was getting a little sad that you weren't here, Volkfang. Volkfang's – I hate to say it because the other commenters are going to get mad at me. Volkfang's one of my favorite commenters, okay? There it is, okay? All right, so weird concept here because they're going to basically drop Muma into the center of the field into coverage, and then Shaq is going to play like underneath, responsible for like running back leaking out, quarterback spy, that sort of thing. So watch Shaq Quarterman and Muma on this play because just a weird play call. Okay, watch these two guys. Muma's going to do a weird like baseball turn. I mean, he ends up actually being in the right spot because you do see a receiver here. So, I mean, it ended up working out there. But now you have Shaq Quarterman responsible for basically blowing up this screen. He's already in a bad position. He came from the opposite side of the field. So, again, the Jags just lost the rock, paper, scissors matchup call when the coaches called the play. Quarterman can't get there. But here's why I clipped this play, okay? I'm a big Adam Gotsis fan, okay? I'm a big Adam Gotsis fan. Adam Gotsis right here. I mean, he just continues to make plays time and time again, okay? Watch Adam Gotsis, okay? I just love hustle plays, okay? So Adam Gotsis right here, okay? Watch him. Watch him the whole play here. I'm going to play it through, all right? Adam Gotsis gets engaged, goes after the quarterback. There's 11 guys on the field, and Adam Gotsis is the guy that makes the tackle, okay? I mean, that's what you like to see there, all right? Did I circle the wrong guy? I think I circled the wrong guy, guys. Sorry. Right here, Adam Gotsis. Let's try this again. All right, Adam Gotsis. Watch him. Engages, releases, chases down the field, makes the tackle on Josh Jacobs. That's what I like to see, man. That's why I like Adam Gotsis. I mean, the dude's all effort all the time. I like it. I like it. Krakatoa says that was a TiVo block, talking about Mack Hollis' whiff on the first play. Richmond about Rayshawn Jenkins says, you have been hard on Rayshawn, LOL. I like him though, and I think he's going to come up strong. Listen, I am honest, okay? I have been hard on Rayshawn Jenkins. That's why I clipped it. I mean, the play wasn't all world, but I've been so hard on the guy that like, okay, I got to give him credit where credit's due. Was Trey Herndon opposite Campbell in this game? I think Trey Herndon actually ended up playing. Let's look at the snap count here. I think Trey Herndon actually ended up playing more snaps than Campbell did. Herndon did not grade out well. Let's see here. Where's Trey Herndon? Trey Herndon played 21 snaps. Tyson Campbell played 14. Okay, so, 7 more snaps. But I think they did. Tyson Campbell had a 76.9 tackling grade, and unfortunately he had a 39 run defense grade. So not great, not ideal. All right, let's move on to the next play here. All right. All right. Let's get this set up here. So here we have an under front. Okay, so the last couple plays were over fronts, right? Nose tackle was on the opposite side of the tight end. Here you're going to see what's called an under front. So an under front is just simply your nose tackle is on the same side as your tight end. Now, to be fair, they did put him in pre-snap motion to the opposite side. So pre-snap, they were probably lined up in an under front or an over front, but now they're in under. It happens, okay? Vegas is in a I formation, 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end. And the Jags have the box stacked, as you would in this situation. Again, rock, paper, scissors. You're expecting run. What does Vegas do? Vegas runs a draw play. Okay, so the draw play, unfortunately, goes for a lot of yards. So why, though? Why? We had this is what I like to watch, and this is what coaches are watching. The box is stacked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys. And you have a free safety that's essentially there. 9 guys. There's no reason why a back should be able to get through this gap for the amount of yards that he did. Okay? So you have to look at what's the problem here, okay? So if we look at each individual player, all right, you can't really get mad at Devon Hamilton, okay? Devon Hamilton gets double teamed. Not much you can do about when you're getting double teamed as a defensive tackle. Your only job is to not get pushed backwards, which is hard to do, by the way. This is why these guys weigh plus 300 pounds, is because their job is to get low, set their feet, and eat up 2 blocks. If you eat up 2 blocks, you don't get driven backwards, you're doing a good job. Okay? This tackle takes an outside approach, which is fine because, he does have help here at linebacker in this gap, so he kind of has that liberty to do that. Travon Walker's kind of setting the edge, making sure nothing gets cut back to the outside, no sweep or anything like that. Muma here, watch Muma. So basically what this play is going to come down to, because it does hit in this gap, and I know there's a lot of drawings going on, so just forgive me. This is what we would call the B gap, right? Because you have the A gap, and this is the B gap. So we'll erase some of this, okay? So watch, this is Muma, and this is Shaq Quarterman. So basically it's going to come down to these 2 guys. Linebackers got to make a play here, okay? So keep your eye on the 2 linebackers in this situation. Keep in mind, they've only had 5 practices, so I'm not being tough, but this is how we break down film. Okay. So now we have a huge gap. But why? Okay, so Muma engages the fullback. That's actually his job. Okay, so when people said Muma played bad, I see a play like this. That's his job. Okay, that's his job. So Quarterman should have been here holding this gap. But what happens is he gets caught in this wash. He needed to be more patient here. Now, if we back it up a tad, watch what he does. Okay, he comes downhill. He's right here. He comes downhill, engages with the guard for no reason, and allows the gap. And then now he realizes he's too late, misses the tackle. Thankfully, Andre Sisco is there to make the tackle end up in the field. Can't do that. We call that getting lost in the wash, okay? Can't do that as a linebacker. That's like rule number 1. And that's what you can't do for sure. I'm going to get to some more plays here in a second. I want to get to some of these comments. Tiger Talk, and if I missed your comment, I'm showing a lot of film. I have a lot of film clips here set up, so if I missed your comment, type it again. You know the drill. Tiger Talk says, Gotsis is an Aussie. Represent. Tiger Talk, are you from Australia? I've been to Australia, actually. I love it. It was probably, I went in 2008, so it was a long time ago. I was kind of young. I got to surf out there. Nicest people, dude. One thing underrated about the Australians is they are super nice people. We had issues with our boards. The surf shop gave us a board, gave us a wetsuit to use. I was like, dude, you guys are sick. It was a good time. Great people. Krakatoa, thoughts on Monteric Brown getting smoked for a few plays? Monteric Brown did not have a great game. He didn't. I actually have a play where he gets beat, not because he's a bad corner, not because he's unathletic, and not because he can't play football. He got beat because pre-snap he aligned in the wrong spot, and we're going to get there in a second. It's play number 14, and we're on play 3. So buckle up, boys. If you need to go get a snack, if you need to get a drink, go. Leave your phone on, leave your TV on, go get a snack, buckle up. This is going to be a good one right here. Volkfang asking about the corner situation. Because I thought Clay Brooks was awful on defense and special teams. Couldn't get off a single block the whole game. Yeah, and Clay Brooks was a guy that had been playing well in training camp. So Richard Maruder says, facts. And you look at Muma about to go to the right side of the field and then go back to the left and splitting the tackle almost on that play ago. I got some Muma. You guys are going to be on the Muma train here before this show's over. Delijah Gilbert says, I wish Kevin Austin Jr. played. Yeah, it was weird how he didn't play. He must have been hurt or sick or something. Sea Breacher finally caught a live. Sea Breacher apparently does not know how to work the notifications tab on his phone because the dude never gets notifications. I'm glad you're here, Sea Breacher. I really am. Israel Otero, who is the sleeper on the defense that people should look out for? Ooh, that's a good question. I think Chappelle Russell, the linebacker. I think he had a good game. And that's just basing off the one game. That's all I can go off of. I haven't been to training camp and like that, but I thought Chappie Russell played a pretty decent game at linebacker. So, Clavon, I think actually, even though he didn't grade out too well, I think Clavon actually played a pretty good game. Yeah. So we'll see. I got clips set up, guys. Don't worry. King David, he should have filled the hole if anything. Yeah. I don't know if you're talking about Muma or Quarterman. Volkfang says, Kevin Austin was on the field, but I didn't once see him in the frame, aside from celebrations. Aside from the one pass that hit him in the foot, I guess. Carthage, did the Jags dip a little bit into their blitz package during the game? There were times when they were getting more pressure than I'm used to seeing. So, what it looked like to me, the only time the Jags blitzed was on third down, and every third down, the Raiders would throw a screen. So every blitz we ran, they would just throw a screen besides the Walker sack and I think an Arden Key sack. Yeah, they didn't blitz a lot. They were really vanilla on defense. I was kind of disappointed. I knew it, but I was just disappointed. I wanted to see Mike Caldwell do the exotic blitzes that Todd Bowles did. There is one formation, one clip I have where they're in a pretty funky formation. So that gave me a little bit of optimism that we're going to be Todd Bowles-esque, if you will. Volkfang, I was gonna retweet your tweet and be like, oh, you guys go follow Volkfang. He's a good commenter. And I was looking through your tweets, and the dude doesn't tweet at all. Great commenter on YouTube, not a single tweet. Whatever. That's not for everybody. I get it. He says, I thought Muma was at least all right for a rookie. Quarterman just looked slow the whole night, and for a thumper, he didn't fight through many of those blocks. That's true. Nolly Full Cap, I'm worried about our corner position. If Clay Brooks really went down, we'd be effed. I mean, we're 3 deep. I know in the NFL, you want to be better than that, but I mean, we're paying 2 corners a lot of money, and then we have Campbell, who's a rookie or a second-year player. Robert Atzer, what's up, Robert? He says Winningham caught everything in camp. One pass to him in the game, and he dropped it. Volkfang says he's a lurker on Twitter. I get that, bro. That's how I am too sometimes. Sea Breacher, bam, and now I'm a part of the Noti gang. There it is, bro. It doesn't take long. Google is how do you work notifications. I'm just kidding. All right, here's the video. Here's the clip that you guys probably all saw a billion times. Okay, this is Travon Walker's sack. All right, so this is an over front. Okay, so over front. So again, your tackle is lined up opposite of the strength here, and Vegas is going to be in this. I like this type of stuff, but at the same time, I mean, when your fullback's out here, what's the move here? Because the Jags aren't really worried about him in pass. I mean, who are you going to block? You're going to come across and block into the A-gap? Maybe. Are you going to go block Muma? No. I don't know. Not a big fan of that in McDaniels. But here's your boy, Travon Walker. We've all seen this play a bunch of times, but hey, let's watch it here. I mean, this is what this is all about, okay? So good jump at the snap. The stiff arm move. Now, he doesn't have a lot of pass moves, and the quarterback does kind of run right into him, but uses his left hand to keep separation, and I mean, that's just what he did in Georgia. This was what he did. Now, they were talking on the radio the other day, if he gets, a sack every game, he'll be Defensive Rookie of the Year. You're right. But, I mean, look, this didn't take a lot of effort out of him. I mean, this is kind of natural instincts. This is him just being bigger, stronger, faster. And when you think about 75 right here, Brandon Parker, he's not a small guy. He's 6'8", 325. I mean, that's going to be one of the biggest guys in the league at 6'8", and 5 years in the league. So he's not it's his first game. He's not a rookie. 5th year in the league, big boy. he has seen different pass rush moves. He's experienced, and Walker just beats him here. Great job here. I think Dwan Smoot does a decent job on the backside. Devon Hamilton does a decent job with the center. I mean, it could go either way there. Now, I know it's not Alex Leatherwood, but, it's still good to see. Still good to see, like, him get the sack. It shows that, some of his moves may translate. The lack thereof, even. Yeah. Nolly Full Cup says, I meant if Campbell went down. I know you said Clay Brooks, you meant Campbell. I knew what you meant. We were all worried when Campbell went down. We were all very worried about that. Lonesome Not I says, Jags looked mid-season from last night, LOL. I told you we were giga fragile, bro. I view this game as like an exhibition. Like, I view this game as a televised scrimmage. Like, if you remember back in the last couple years, like they would have like the scrimmages at TIAA Bank Stadium. I would go to all of them. They were free. This is what this kind of reminded me of. Like, there's not a lot of guys playing, but, it's fun. It's football, so we're going to watch it. After it says, I'm just glad CJ is the backup, CJ Beathard. Yeah. Volkfang, it looked like there was a lot of stunts up front, but they looked kind of sloppy. Could be the fact they only had 2 padded practices if you want to make excuses for it. Yeah, I do. I want to make excuses for it. There is one play that they get pressure on a stunt, so that's coming up. He did contain at least, said Lonesome Not I. Yeah, you're right. All right, so that was the Trevon Walker sack. Okay, this is Arden Key's sack. And listen, this Arden Key, Kalavon Chazon combo, we might be on to something, okay? Because I have never seen Kalavon play this way unless Arden Key's on the field. Like, I don't know what it is about them both being on the field at the same time, but when they are, they both kind of pop off. I don't know. We'll see. But here you're going to see your boy Arden Key is going to be lined up. So this is play 5, okay? So this is a 3rd down, I believe. I'm not 100%, but the fact that they're lined up in this, like, what I would call a wide 9, okay? Because this is, like, wider than a 9 technique. Like, a 9 technique would be, like, here. And he's, like, and Clavon's way out here. I know that the chat's in the way, but you guys can kind of get it. Then you have Walker and another 9. So you got 2 9s. You have Arden Key here lined up in like a 5-eye, and then you have no nose tackle. And then you have another tackle here lined up like pretty much head up on the tackle. So this is like a wide 3rd down, get after the quarterback type of formation here. And so what you're going to watch is you're going to watch Arden Key come here, and then you're going to watch Kalavon come here. So these two are going to be the guys that make the play. So keep your eyes on those 2 guys. Okay, so here's your makeshift stunt, I guess. And I don't know if it's meant to be a stunt or if Arden Key just got thrown into Trevon Walker over here to the left. But look, this is what Arden Key does. He comes in, he plays a couple snaps, and he just gives you 100% effort. Like, this is an effort sack. He gets off balance. He loses his center of gravity. When you're watching a defensive tackle or an end, like, that's where you make your money. Is like, when you lose your balance, can you keep your center of gravity and can you still gain ground on the quarterback? And he does. He pretty much gets tackled by the tackle here and still makes the sack. And then Clavon comes and cleans it up from the outside. And this is a horrible block by this right tackle here. 70 just gives up. He's like, oh, it's been 3 seconds. The play's over. Look, when these 2 guys are on the field, man, there's something about these 2 guys right here on the field at the same time. I'm telling you guys. This is not the only play. When these 2 guys are on the field at the same time, magic happens. I don't know if you want to call it your lightning package or NASCAR pack. I don't know what you want to call it, but there's something there, boys. There is something there. All right, you heard it here first. All right, switching to the offense here. Thank God. I mean, it was a struggle to find offensive clips. Volkfang says, I've seen some thoughts that Brandon Parker might be the Raiders' starting right guard, since aside from left tackle, they're not really solid there. At a 6'8", a right guard, I mean, that would be the biggest right guard I've ever seen. I'm not saying it's not true, but I mean, that would be massive for an interior offensive lineman. I think I was sleeping a bit on Arden Key. He looked really good on that 3rd down rushing packages. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, we did a show, me and my buddy Cole did a little show talking about the best value free agents. So, like, which free agents based on their value of their contract, will be the best. And I had Arden Key number 1 because that deal he's on, that 1-year deal, under $10 million, like he's going to contribute. He is going to contribute, and we saw a little bit of it in this game. Lonesome Not I says, I agree. Clavon has done nothing to catch attention. It's true. Arden might be the missing piece. Yeah, I agree here. All right, so here we have like some good blocking here. Now, to be completely frank with you guys, I had to look up who this was. Okay, I did not know that Wes Martin was a right guard. Okay, but watch what he does to Kyle Peko. Okay, watch what my boy Wes Martin does to Kyle Peko. Now, they're in a over front here. Okay, an over front. So again, remember we're educating here. Now, there's 2 tight ends here. So the Jags are in ace formation. They're in 12 personnel. You typically don't see that out of ace, but I like it. Change it up. You got your nose tackle here, but I'm assuming they're calling the strength of the field or the strength of the field because there's 2 tight ends. So first was Wes Martin, okay, and then also we're gonna watch Luke Farrell. Okay, Luke Farrell had a great game, number 1 offensive player according to PFF. Watch their blocks here. That didn't seem right. The right guard. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. So, my bad. I circled, guys, I mess up sometimes, okay? Call me Rayshawn Jenkins. I circled the tackle. I meant to circle the guard, okay? This is a guard, Wes Martin. And watch what he does to Kyle Peko, okay? Watch it. Eats. Gotcha. See ya. The play should have gone for more. If 72, actually blocks number 5, we would have had something here. And then look at Luke Farrell, tight end. Watch him on the block on the outside here. And that's an end. Luke Farrell is considered an undersized speed tight end, and he's out there blocking people. I mean, look, got to give credit where credit's due. Wes Martin, Luke Farrell, great blocking. Center does a great job blocking. Everyone does well besides the right tackle who completely whiffs. 72, who is it? I got my roster right here. 72 is Walker Little. Not good, boys. Not good at all. Volkfang says, the thing that sucks is we're definitely going to have to pay Key to keep him here when he does well this year. Maybe he takes a little less to stay in the scheme and be a contributor. My lonesome, not I. My bad, bro. Do you know how I have been deep on the Jags roster today, okay? I've been deep in the Jags roster. How many of you guys knew Wes Martin, okay? Don't give me a break, all right? Give me a break. That is inexcusable, though, okay? That is. I agree. Moving right along. All right, we're back on defense because the offense has just showed us nothing here, okay? All right. So, here we have a play where I'm going to try to make a argument for Chad Muma, right? So this is a play. This is why you can't get too caught up in PFF because Muma's PFF grade on here isn't going to be great. But if you kind of look at the play, like not a bad play, okay? Well, I'll just play it through, guys. I know. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm Chad Muma's like defense attorney. So here's the rock, paper, scissors game, okay? The Jags are going to be in an over front, okay? Over front, so their tackles going to be on the same side of the strength of the field, right? So typically that's going to be a blitz formation. They're going to bring 1. This is number 40 for all of you people that have memorized the roster. Tell me who number 40 is. That's what I thought. It's Jameer Jones, okay? For all you roster memorizers, Moon Illusions, and Lonesome Not I. Yeah, Jameer Jones. Yeah, how many of y'all knew that? Okay? All right, and then they're also going to bring Arden Key from somewhere. I think Arden Key is here. I can't remember where he's at. Okay. All right, so they're going to end up bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. So this is a blitz. Third down, you want to call blitz. I like it. But unfortunately, when you call blitz, Vegas calls a screen. Okay? That's sometimes you lose rock, paper, scissors, and sometimes they call the right play. So they call the screen. Okay, this play goes for a lot of yards. Okay? Big play. Definitely one thing, we have to be able to stop the screen. We've got to be better at the screen. that's on the D-line. It's on the linebackers. Got to be better. Got to feel when that's coming. All right, so Muma sniffs it out, okay? He does sniff it out. Now, he doesn't get into a position to make a play. I would argue he gets held, okay? But, I mean, take a look. The only guy on the entire defense that sniffs it out is Chad Muma. They're in man coverage, so that it is his guy. But look at him. I mean, he almost gets there. 56 gets his hands on him, gets a good block. I mean, he almost sniffs that out. I mean, for a guy that's only had 5 practices in the NFL, that's not bad. Like, that's not bad. Like, and look at the speed. I mean, that's not bad, okay? And he tries to make a play there at the end. I think does Shaq Quarterman. I mean, I talked a lot about Shaq Quarterman, which you never want Shaq Quarterman in the slot against a receiver. Again, just I know they're blitzing, but not ideal here. Okay, Shaq Quarterman. Watch Shaq Quarterman. I mean, we talk a lot of crap about Shaq Quarterman. He gets there, comes across the field, ends up getting there. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Atcher says he was held by 56. You're right. I'm telling you, he was held. He was held. Jones did good in the game. He has fast. Key is gone next year. No way. This is from Will Rouse. No way we'll be able to afford to keep him. We will have one of the worst salary cap situations in the league next year. We will not have one of the worst salary cap situations until we have to pay Trevor. Then we may be in some dangerous territory. But as long as Trevor's on a rookie contract, we're okay. No, we won't be able to keep Arden Key. I mean, he's a 1-year rental. He really is. But good for him. Good call on him coming here because he'll be able to produce. And he'll be able to get paid and go somewhere, but that's fine. We actually don't need him. I mean, he's depth. He's depth at edge. So use him this year, and that's it. Clavon thought screen about half a second too late on that one. The whole D-line did. I mean, look. Again, this was a blitz call. This is actually on the defensive coordinator. This is on Mike Caldwell. He called a blitz, and the Vegas just called a screen. That happens. Good play call. Give it, chalk up to McDaniels. Knowing what he did there. All right, to the offense. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, finally an offensive play. Unfortunately, it's not a good one, okay? So, under front, I hate sometimes NFL.com, my Game Pass, so like, I don't know, it's funky. Like, the pause screen doesn't go away until the play starts. I don't know, it's definitely bugged, but whatever. So here we have an under front, and I actually kind of like. Don't want that. I actually kind of like what we see out of Raquel Armstead here. Now, Raquel Armstead did not have an amazing game, and he didn't grade out great in PFF. But really, his best attribute, even coming out of Temple, was as a pass blocker, which I know is strange for a running back. But he actually is a very good pass blocking running back, and he showed that on his film coming out of college and the couple snaps he's had with the Jags in his career. So here, I mean, decent release there. He doesn't pass block at all there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Different play. Okay, so we're going to have Marvin Hall runs a great little drag. And look, the blocking's good all around here. I mean, that's good blocking. I mean, everyone's doing their job. That's a good pocket. I mean, that's a great pocket. Marvin Hall is going to throw it to him. Great throw from Luton to Marvin Hall. Don't love that sidearm release. I mean, Luton's known for his big arm. Like, I don't like that. I know some quarterbacks like to use that little sidearm release when they're throwing short routes. I don't know. Be consistent. But whatever. Great play. And at this point, we're all thinking, like, nice. Our offense is moving the ball. Like, this is what we wanted to happen. Like, good job. The offense is moving. You're feeling good about yourself. You're looking at your program. You're looking at who Marvin Hall is. You're pretty excited. But what you forgot, unfortunately, was the 5'10", 190-pound bombshell, Darius Phillips. You forgot about the 190-pounder that just lays the wood and causes a fumble. I have no words, dude. This is Hall of Fame football at its best. Now I get you're bracing for the hit from the safety, but bro, Rule number 1, protect the football. I mean, nothing deflates a team. If you're going to wear Justin Blackmon's number, honor the man, okay? Honor the man and hold on to the football when you go to the ground. We've had enough of that play. Sorry, guys. All right. Robert Atchard says Tufele was disappointing. Okay. I didn't even notice that he was in the game. I mean, was he in the game at all? I legit don't even know. Did Jay Tufele even play? Yes. Okay. He played 34 snaps. Good Lord. Okay, so his overall defensive grade was 63, 71 run defense grade, 70 tackling grade, and an abysmal 50 pass rushing grade. 2 total tackles, 2 hurries. How do you have 3 tackles and 2 total tackles? That makes no sense. Way to go, PFF. So, yeah. Or no, I'm sorry, 2 pressures. That's why. 2 pressures and 3 tackles. Yeah, not great. You weren't lying. Okay, back to my Chad Muma love fest, okay? This is the play I think someone in the comments was talking about, him getting to the edge. Robert Edger says a fumble's coming. He says his knee was down. I don't know. King David said, yeah, but he paid for that hit too. Well, yeah, when you're 5'10", 190, it's going to hurt anytime you hit anybody. I mean, if you're smaller than me, it should hurt when you hit somebody. TRX Lest Alive says there was really no stopping that fumble, in my opinion. I mean, he could have held on to the ball tighter, but that's fine. Helmet hit the ball. Okay. You didn't see it coming. Listen, I'll give the guy benefit of the doubt. All right, so here we have an interesting formation. So here we have the tackles are lined up like pretty tight. For all you like roster people, okay, Moon Illusions. Yeah, you have Israel Antwine and Raekwon Williams lined up here pretty tight. Okay, they're head up over the guards. We didn't see this formation a lot. We didn't. You have an outside guy here in the 9 technique. You have another outside rusher here. Your boy Dewey, who I thought played a pretty good game. And then you got Muma and Quarterman. All right, so the Raiders are going to run a toss sweep, I believe. Yep, toss sweep. And I mean, listen, I'm beating the Muma drum right now, okay? Watch your boy Chad Muma here. All right? Watch your boy Chad Muma. Scrapes, finds the gap, gets the tackle. I mean, that's an athletic play. Listen, for all those people, I haven't been hiding Chad Muma. Any play that he was a part of, like I have put him in. So for all the people that were in my Twitter comments saying that Chad Muma had a horrible game, like I just didn't see it. I didn't see the horrible game. Like, if anything, I think he was flying around the field as good as anybody. And when you consider the fact that he hasn't played very much in the NFL, and I know his competition is, comparable, but all these guys, have NFL experience. I mean, only the rookie. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's speed. That's athleticism. That's vision. That's acceleration. Anticipation. I can go. Listen, I got synonyms for days. All right. Kamel Gomez says, I'm 35 minutes behind, but PFF grades are a joke. Okay, Kamel, I am with you. A lot of times they make no sense. PFF is good, though, because what they do is they do give you a breakdown of, like, total snaps played, and then they'll break down within that, like, what type of snaps those were. Were they pass rush snaps? Were they run defense snaps? Were they, so it gives you a good breakdown of, like, who played what. But you're right. The grades could be a joke. I'm with you. Muma graded out pretty bad, and I thought he played pretty well. You're right. Listen. It's just another piece of analytics. It's another piece of information. That's all it is. That's all I'm using it for. Moon Illusion says, that was nice. Their definition of horrible is not getting 2 picks and a fumble return. LOL. Volkfang says, Muma plays with some good speed and brains. Just has to work on the block shed, I think. Yeah, that's fair. Lonesome Not I says, the team is so slim. The second team is App State quality. We need to get through this season and draft spend on offense. Yeah, that's true. Volkfang, that's something a lot of these guys need to work on, though, is shedding blocks. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. All right, you guys are going to, all you Dewey Wingert fans are going to love these next two plays. Okay. All right, so here we have an overfront. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Here we have an overfront. Remember, overfront is when you got your nose tackle on the oppo side of the tight end. The weak side is what we would call that. All right, we're lined up with Dewey walked down at almost the line of scrimmage. Now, this is something that you're going to see a lot in Mike Caldwell's defense. He loves using these box safeties. He loves using them as pass rushers. He loves using them to set the edge. He loves using them on the strong side and the weak side. I mean, when I say Mike Caldwell, I mean Todd Bowles, and I'm just assuming that Mike Caldwell is going to be running what Todd Bowles does. Okay, so again, you got your two linebackers here. I mean, these guys played a lot of snaps. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our eye on our boy Dewey. All right, got him, and it was third down. Okay, so you got ace formation. You got tight end, so he's lined up the strong side. I mean, that's why it's called a strong safety. And watch how he just flies down the line. See ya. TFL, baby. Tackle for loss. Put that knuckle up, Dewey. You just forced a fourth down. Okay, let's go. Listen, bro. I know that Dewey Wingert is the type of player that's like a tweener when it comes down to like being a starter or not. Most of you think that he shouldn't be a starter, and I'm not saying he should be a starter. But he's the type of guy that feasts in this type of situation. When you're playing backups, when you're playing people that aren't everyday starters, like Dewey's going to go off. So I am taking it with a grain of salt, but had to do it. All right, if you're still not impressed with Dewey, that's fine, because I'm not done yet. All right, so now you're going to see him. Now you're going to see my boy Dewey. They're going to overfront like usual, and they're in a heavy package. I mean, you're looking at two tight ends and a tight wide receiver. So the Jags are obviously going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in the box. Dewey's, what is this, 10, 14 yards from the line of scrimmage. I mean, it's pretty close, right? So kind of expecting a run. But with Josh McDaniels in these heavy personnel formations, especially, and what did I say? If you watched the last video, what did I say? When you see the strength, two tight ends lined up tight like this, you have to be careful of these play action. All right? You always have to key that. So let's take a look. Oh, yeah, and if you don't know who we're watching here, we're watching the Deuster. All right? Listen. The only guy not fooled on that play, the only guy who didn't bite on that zone, that outside zone right there. Look at this. Let's get the draw tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys flowing this way. I'm going to draw arrows for all of them to prove my point. Who's the only one not moving that way? Who's the only one that's planted this foot and is moving the opposite side? Your boy Dewey Wingert flies across the field. Got him, boys. Got him. And look at him. Like everyday business, bro. This is a business trip for him. Look at the tackle. Yeah, exactly, Timothy Connors. My boy makes, and listen, if there was more field over there, that's a FF, baby. It's a forced fumble. Yeah, I know the ground caused it, but look, that's a hit. Murtaza says Dewey for Hall of Fame. Listen, I just call it like I see it, bro. I will say things about people, but then I will retract. I will say what I'll admit it. Yeah, I will admit it. Moon Illusion says the Deuster is fearless. Got to give him credit. King David, that's how you come downhill like a true linebacker. See it and hit it. I like it. Timothy got it. Chase says great heads up play by Dewey. Lonesome Not I says, as the great George St. Pierre once said to Matt Hughes, I'm not impressed with your performance. You're not? Okay. Well, I think that's my last Dewey play. So if you're not impressed with Dewey by now, then okay. All right. Now, if you are easily swayed, and I'm able to sway you that Dewey Wingert was productive, let me now try to convince you that K'Lavon Chaisson was productive, okay? Listen, I like to bite off more than I can chew. So we're going to take a look at K'Lavon, all right? So this is this is one of those interesting formations here, okay? So remember I talked about how there wasn't a lot of variety in the defensive front and the formations. That's true. They kept it very vanilla. They kept it very straightforward, except for this play, okay? This one play here, we have a very, very interesting formation here, okay? We have one defensive tackle. And by defensive tackle, this is actually Dwan Smoot, okay? Don't have to look this one up, Moon Illusions, okay? This is Dwan Smoot, all right? Then you have Arden Key rushing from heads up on the guard, okay? You have number 40. Where you at, roster people? Where are you at? Do you know who he is? Jameer Jones. I told you last time. Jameer Jones with an I. All right? Jameer Jones. And then you got your boy K'Lavon. Okay, so essentially you have 3 edge rushers and a D end. And now it's obviously a third down, but this would definitely be like what I was talking about earlier, one of those lightning packages, one of those NASCAR packages, one of those formations. And we didn't get to see a lot of them. Obvious passing down, so you send the speed at him. Okay? Now, if Jameer Jones is replaced with a guy like, I don't know, Josh Allen, and K'Lavon's replaced with a guy like, I don't know, Travon Walker, then now this is actually a pretty solid 4 coming after your quarterback. All right? So we are going to focus on our boy, K'Lavon Chaisson. All right, let's take a look. What a move. What a move. I mean, Arden Key gets the sack, okay? So on the stats, Arden Key does get the sack. But I would argue that K'Lavon actually was the one that makes this play. Because the quarterback doesn't see Arden Key and run away from Arden Key. The quarterback sees K'Lavon. And that's a good play right there. That's a good play. I mean, look at this little move here, a little hezzy move. It looks like he's dribbling a basketball, doing a crossover right there. It's left the shooting guard in the dust and the paint. Look, we're hard on K'Lavon, just like we're hard on Rayshawn, just like we're hard on Dewey. So we show these plays just to show, perhaps, maybe, they're improving. I understand these are backups. I understand these are not first-team players. I understand that this quarterback had any mobility. This missed tackle might have cost us a sack. I get all that. But we haven't seen anything like this from K'Lavon ever. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Gerald says, that last play where you bragged on Wingert, Chaisson was responsible for that edge and blew it up big time. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Here we go, boys. The momentum is happening right now, okay? All right. Here we go. Let's do another one here. All right, we have, this is going to be, this is the play that I was talking about, Monteric Brown. Just showing him being a rookie. Now, I was big on Monteric Brown, first team All-SEC out of Arkansas. I saw him make a lot of plays. I like his size, I like his length. I was very surprised that Gregory Jr. got drafted before him, and a lot of people were. But then I see this, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why. Okay, so we have our boy Monteric right here. So essentially what's going to happen here, all right, is I think they're in an overfront, but I'm not really sure because I'm not really sure like who's doing what. I mean, they have 59 Tyrell Adams blitzing from this essentially B gap as a linebacker. So they're bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against a shotgun package. So 5v5 with a running back. That's a blitz. So they're going to be, these guys are going to be like in man. So Monteric Brown is going to be manned up here on Gator great Demarcus Robinson. That's not a D, it's a B. D-Rob. Okay. So Demarcus Robinson. All right. And so for those of you that don't know, rule number 1 in man defense is you cannot let the receiver release inside. In fact, most coaches teach to line up pre-snap on the receiver's inside shoulder because that allows you to have the advantage to beat him to the spot to the inside. We call it getting inside leverage. Okay, it's like rule number 1. You learn it in middle school when you're playing defensive back because it's a lot easier to complete a slant or a drag than it is an out or a corner. Now, I know it's the NFL, and they're good at outs and corners and things like that, but it's still easier, okay? It's still easier to complete it here than it is out here. So rule number one is don't give up the inside when you're in man coverage. And he just gets smoked. Just absolutely smoked, Monteric. Like, you cannot let him release. You're not going to be able to chase his hip. Like, on an inside release, and man, this is a late throw. I mean, good pressure. And it was behind him. It's behind him. I mean, he might score if the throw's on. Maybe Rudy Ford makes the tackle, but that's stuff that, like, in the film room, the defensive backs coach is just going to look at him and be like, bro, you've got to be better than that. You've got to be better than that. I mean, he didn't even, like, make a move. He just did a clean release on the inside. I was a DB's coach. I played DB, so seeing stuff like that, that's just so elementary, dude. Like, come on. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm not going to harp on it because he's a good athlete, and I have high hopes for him. I still take Chazon praise with a bucket of salt. Not a grain of salt. A bucket of salt. Didn't even get touched. What a beautiful improvement. There you go. Volk Fang, I like it. But it's the NFL. Lonesome, not. I know it is the NFL, but still, like you can't give up that. You can't give up a drag untouched underneath. You just can't do it. Can't do it. All right, so here we're gonna be. Where are we at here? We are on a play that I have never done that before. I didn't know you could just swipe like that. Look at this, man. We're learning stuff. All right, so this is gonna be a play that that Jarrett Stidham scores on, okay? So this, you may remember this because this is when we gave up a touchdown. So we're going to play it through. And again, like, listen, I've been in a lot of film rooms breaking down film. And, like, when something like this happens, like, you want to know, like, whose fault was it? Because somebody didn't do their job. And I know we talked about when I was talking about underrated players who might end up being good. I talked about Chappie Russell. But this play was Chappie Russell's fault. Okay, so what you're gonna see here is like again a stunt. Like, you know, we were talking about, like, there is actually a little minor stunt here. You're gonna see stunt here and here. Okay, so it's gonna take a little bit of time to get pressure. I mean, you do know that. And they're basically gonna be in like some sort of like man zone where, like, this linebacker is kind of responsible for the middle of the field. He's kind of Chappie's gonna be like in like a robber position where. You got to be careful of this back leaking out. You got to be careful of a quick just like curl right here. This receiver here could come here and sit. So he's just kind of waiting for this middle ground here, okay? So Chappie sees this, like, I mean, he tries to make the right play because he does see this receiver going vertical. So when he sees this receiver going vertical, he knows he has safety help. And then he sees this guy coming across getting beat, and he's thinking that's his threat here. So Chappie's thinking, okay, that's the threat. I'm going to step in front of this ball. I'm going to intercept it. I see what he's thinking. Unfortunately, he gets a little too carried away with it and starts following him. So here, like, you're not in the right spot. Like, this is your spot, okay? You have a DB here, like, doing his job. Like, you tried to do too much. So Chappie should be here. We'll draw Chappie. Chappie, like, is jacked, so we'll give him some muscles. He's always in a good mood. Like, we'll draw Chappie. Like, Chappie should be here, right? If Chappie's here, my boy's cutting this off. This is a tackle for loss, maybe gain of 1 or 2 or 3. But he's out of position. Goodbye. Goodbye. Can't do it. Can't do it. I mean, this is the NFL. You can't make that mistake. Now, he was a good tackler when he got to the ball. He did a good job, but you can't do that. I mean, you can't do that because this is Jarrett Stidham. This isn't Derek Carr or Russell Wilson or any of these other quarterbacks that we're going to be playing. Can't do it. Tiger Talk says, how much will starters play next week, do you think? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I hope they play a lot. I have no idea. I don't know what Doug Peterson does or thinks. This year might give us some precedence on what he's going to do going forward, but him being a first-year coach, I can see Trevor playing 1 series. I can see ETN playing 1 series. I can see all the guys that didn't play this week play a series or 2, and that's it. I don't know, though. I don't know. Volk Fang says, Clay Brooks couldn't get off blocks for this play at all. Looked like effort was there, just no results. Oh, okay, let's take a look here. Clay Brooks, was he on the outside receiver? Yeah, I mean, they're in man. You're in man defense. It's tough. I mean, whenever you see man defense as a quarterback, like if you can beat the guy that's responsible for the quarterback spy, or you can get outside containment, like you're going to score. He was just so concerned with covering the receiver. Like he didn't even have his eyes in the backfield at all. No contain, the story of Jags D-line for the past years. Yeah, well, I think that was on Chappie. Saw a lot of that in the game. Runners going downfield untouched. Yeah. Moon Illusions thinks the starters will play a series or two. Volk Fang says Demarcus Robinson was blocking. Chris Claybrooks absolutely turned around. Look, ma, no hands. He didn't block in the back. He didn't. So, hey, got to give him credit for that. All right. So, my favorite player from the game was Luke Farrell. Okay. I had a group chat with some Jags fans, and we were talking about, like, someone posed the question, like, who do you think will be, like, the breakout player of the year? I didn't say Luke Farrell, but I mentioned Luke Farrell's name. Okay. I said Luke Farrell is, and again, I said this, if you watched any of my previous shows, the reason why I say this is because there's something to be said for tight ends that are cohesive with the offensive line. When the offensive line's out and about, because I live in Jacksonville, you hear stories of the football players out all the time, whether it be restaurants or bars, whatever, thing like that. Like Luke Farrell's always with the starting offensive line. Like that kind of keys me. Like not only is he like a good friend and like he gets along, like he jives, and so like I like Luke Farrell. I liked his college tape out of Ohio State. I thought he was very underrated. Yeah, Moon Illusions says I think we got a solid tight end room. I agree. So here we're gonna take a look at. Let's get this set up correctly. Luke Farrell. Okay. And we have, I have to use end zone film because if you use sideline film, then I get flagged by YouTube. So the NFL has like copyrights on the sideline film and broadcast film, but the end zone film, they don't. It's weird. I don't get it, but we have to use the end zone film. And every once in a while, having the end zone film kind of sucks, like especially when you want to look at receivers' concepts, because although end zone film is great for offensive line and defensive line movement, it's terrible for receiver concepts. So we're going to pause it at a certain spot, and you're going to kind of see. This was one of the few plays that I thought they maybe dug into the playbook a little bit and pulled out a play that wasn't vanilla. Okay, so Luke Farrell's ultimately going to make the catch, but it's really not all on Luke Farrell. And honestly, Jake Luton passed up like a better option. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. Shotgun personnel, 11 personnel, one back, one tight end. We're going to play it through here. Good blocking. I mean, they only sent 4, and this guy is super wide and coming late, but hey, not their fault. Good blocking. I mean, look, this was third down, so they did need yards, but I mean, you have one thing that Vegas did that the Jags didn't do on offense is like they took what the defense gave them. Jags didn't do that. It was weird. I don't know. They never do. You have a wide open receiver here. He probably could have caught it and gotten 15 yards because of how off the defense was playing. We're gonna play this through though. Okay, we actually have to back up a little bit. Okay, so you have Luke Farrell here. You have a running back here, and then you actually have a receiver. Can you see it? You can't see him. He's out here somewhere. Okay, so you do have a receiver out of the frame there, so keep that in mind. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this layers concept. And here. Wait, here. Okay, this is the clip I wanted. Okay, so essentially, take a look at this. You had one receiver. This one, he ran a post from out here. Okay, you had a drag. Okay, so you have a post. Farrell ran a corner, and then you have a running back running a wheel right here. So I like this concept. I mean, this concept is layered. Okay, this is a layered concept. You have options all over the field. I mean, you're basically flooding the right side of the field with a post, which holds the safety in the middle of the field. That's why this safety's out of position because of this post. This linebacker's out of position because of this drag. This guy is out of position because of this wheel. And basically you had one-on-one, and then all Luton had to do was find the soft spot of the zone. So knowing what you know now, take a look at this play. Great corner route by Farrell. Good throw. Good throw. Look, Luton didn't have a great game. That's a good throw right there. Great layers concept. Good job, Luke Farrell. That's what we're talking about. That's what we do around here. Lonesome Not I says, LO, the best seasons we've had in my lifetime is when we don't hear about the team out and on town. Remember Henderson got his Lambo jacked off Cassett. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, Lonesome. You're talking about Blake Bortles and Brandon Linder being at the beach bars. But I'm actually, like, connected with people who know some of these players. And I kind of get some info that I can't always talk about on here. So I get to hear things about, like, who hangs out with who. Not saying they're out at bars and stuff, but that's all I'm saying. Patrick Long says, go freaking Jags. D-line will be nasty, and Trevor's going to lean on our tight ends big time. I like our tight end room. I'm not sure what to think about Chris Manhurts. He's the only one that I don't really know. But I like Arnold. I like Ingram. And I like Farrell. I know that Manhurts is supposed to be like a blocking tight end, but it doesn't excite me that much. We only have 3 plays left, guys. Only 3 plays. So if you've been here the whole time, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Only got 3 plays left. We'll get through them as fast as I can, but you know me. I like to talk. All right, so here we have, Jeff Cotton Jr. is a guy that a lot of people – sorry, amateur hour. Jeff Cotton Jr. is a guy a lot of people like. He was good last year. Didn't do as much. Actually, let's look at his PFF grade. What did he do here? Where is he? Oh, this is defense. I am an idiot. Okay. So, Jeff Cotton Jr., 31 total snaps. I mean, that's a lot. 23 pass snaps. So he had 23 opportunities to catch the ball. A 57.3 grade. Not great. Not great. But here's why I like PFF for all of you PFF haters. Okay? We can actually go directly to Jeff Cotton, and we can take a look at exactly his breakdown of what he did. He had 1 attempt. Did they call this play back? Or did he? What happened here? He had 1 attempt here and 1 attempt here. I don't know, guys. Now I'm tripping myself out here. Let's take a look at what happens here. I can't remember. Okay. The play must have gotten called back because it wasn't, or PFF just sucks. I don't know. Okay, so here we have an overfront from Vegas. Overfront here. Interesting little thing here for only having 2 guys. Interesting. But ultimately, you're going to see a collision right here, and that's what's going to cause Cotton to be open. Oh, Lee, bro, take a look at this. I mean, that is painful. I mean, this is how you get CTE right here. Watch this. Oh, good Lord Almighty, leaves him open. I mean, this the guy that's standing there, the guy that's right here. At a defensive tackle. That's his own blitzing. Kendall Vickers, 300-pound defensive lineman. He has no shot on this play. Absolutely no shot. Goodbye. Good for him for chasing, though. Big play. I hate seeing that collision. Good route by Armstead. I mean, Armstead's route is what caused that. Nice job. Gets him there. Big gain. Way to go. Way to go, JC. Holding on 76. Volk. You're going to maybe check that? Okay, let's see here. You know what 76 is? Come on, Volk. Let's see who it is. It is Will Richardson, who did not have a great game, according to PFF. That's not holding, Volk. That's just a throwdown. Good play, though. DJ M says, I'm so late. DJ, this was a good episode. You're going to have to go back and watch from the beginning. But I'm glad you're here. I really am. Gerald, that they called holding. They called holding on the play. That's what you meant. All right, my bad, Volk. I don't know why did I question you. I should have known. There was some flag that called it back. Wasn't there a holding on the... Okay. This is why I should read the comments. I think I remember a holding. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, Volk. That's my bad. I'll apologize. Cassid's a little different from the craft beer bars at the beach. I'm talking about places that ruined Jimmy Smith, bro. Don't get me started on Jimmy Smith, bro. Jimmy Smith's about to get some hate from Jags fans. Some big-time hate. He's been promoting signed jerseys on Twitter for $200. And I am getting blown up in my Twitter DMs from people telling me that they paid Jimmy Smith $200 months ago. And he's been non-responsive, not sending jerseys. He's about to get exposed. And the fans want me to expose him, and I feel bad because like I am like a Jags like mouthpiece for fans because like fans don't get like a voice at all in our current industry. But I don't want to expose him. I feel bad. You guys tell what should I do? You guys tell me what I should do. I don't know. Like I'm getting multiple people in my DMs telling me that like they got ripped off by Jimmy Smith. Like, do I say something or do I not? You tell me what I do. I don't know. Man of Crusade says nobody is giving love to my boy Grant Morgan. Okay, all right. All love, though. I think we're on the way to getting back to Del Rio quality. All right. I thought they showed this one on TV with the Raiders nameplate all the way over on his shoulder pad. We'll definitely watch. Okay, thanks, DJ. That might have been the other holding that they called, though, LOL. Maybe 2 years till playoff contenders if we don't fire another Doug. Reffing was pretty tough yesterday. I mean, that call on Trevon Walker was tough, but I get it in the preseason. They're trying to, like, they're trying to get it like they don't want people hurt in the preseason. I get it. Alrighty, here we have my boy Coy Cronk. All right, my boy Coy Cronk is going to show you guys how to play offensive line. Now, if there's one guy that may have played his way onto this team, it might be Coy Cronk. It might be. He might have played, and this is the play where I think the tight ends overall did pretty well. Okay, so we got a little toss sweep here. This is the second half toss sweep. All right, we are going to take a look at my boy Coy. All right, my boy Coy, and this is an interesting formation. You know, I'll give Peterson credit for this. You got two tight ends and a tight receiver. So this is, obviously a run play or a play action or something like that. Your boy Coy Cronk. Get used to the name, boys. Get used to the name. Not Gronk. Cronk. Okay? Get used to the name. All right? Watch your boy at right tackle. Go! Now, I could watch this all day. Now, I have to give credit to Darian Butler. He's a rookie out of Arizona State, number 58. My boy's trying to make the team. My boy's trying to get some film on tape. He's trying to get something going so that some other team picks him up, adds him to a practice squad. But when I see a tackle kick out block and just pancake a guy, I get excited. And when I saw Coy Cronk do this play should have gone for more yards, quite frankly. Not great blocking from everyone else, but what a play. Eat, Coy. You better learn the name, boys. Learn the name. Yeah, 55 Morgan got a good couple thumps in that sack at the end. Sean R says it's done exposed. Not really, because I could say something on Twitter. If you give Jimmy Smith $200 on the honor system, that's totally on you. Yeah, you're right. Jimmy at Romana Flea Market cheesing, boys. To be honest, if you edited out the players' names and Hall of Game logo on the field, you could tell me this was game last season, and I'd believe you. Oh, you're telling me that it looked like this last season, yeah. Pancake on the menu, says Moon Illusions. Thanks for the stream, by the way. Man of Crusades, thank you for being in the stream, because I have a lot of fun doing this. Like, this is like my wheelhouse. I am living my best life, and it's because of people like you. Thank you. Volkfang, they definitely should have called that helmet to helmet on the Jags, but I think they were honestly more worried about getting the trainers over to the player. They called the one against the Raiders, but no one was laying on the ground after that one. Kronk got next, says Josh L. Telling you. All right, but this is our last play. Man, hour 15 in is our last play. Man, it's kind of sad. I didn't give any love to Mekhi Sargent. I mean, he had a decent game. I mean, he's not going to make the team, but hopefully he gets on somewhere. If there's an injury, he's going to get on somewhere. But the whole time, and I know you guys are thinking the same thing. You're thinking like, okay, the Raiders are killing us in the screen game. They're getting massive yards. Why the hell are we not calling screen passes? Maybe it's just me. Maybe like it seems like a staple that good teams do. Like I feel like the Jags are always consistently having to battle the screen, and they're slowing down the pass rush because of the screen game, and the Jags never run it. And then I saw this play, and I said, okay, there we go. Finally, look at this. Look at this well-designed screen. And would you look at that? Would you look at that? My boy Slaughter can do that. My boy Slaughter can drop a ball off to the running back. My boy Sargent. Let's go. Let's run screens, okay? That's the moral of the story. Let's run screens. All right, well, hour 15. I think that's good. I mean, dude, we went through a lot of film. Like, I know it wasn't great. I know like we didn't look great. But you got to take it for what it is, bro. I mean, it's a Hall of Fame game. Hall of Fame games. I mean, the Hall of Fame games haven't gone over 30 points since like 2015. Like, they're notorious for being like bad and sloppy, and they were. I think some things that stand out to me. We didn't take any shots down the field. We completed only 3 passes over 10 yards, like where the ball traveled in the air over 10 yards. And we didn't even attempt a ball in the air over 20 yards. Defense was very vanilla. Like I said, we lost the rock, paper, scissors battle, which was not good. Not good. I mean, anytime we called a blitz, they called a screen. Anytime we did things like that, I don't know. We need to work on screen defense. Like, our linebackers got to be better at stopping the screen. I didn't think the route concepts were that bad when I went back and watched them. I think, and here's another thing that really stood out to me. I think Jake Luton missed a lot of throws that Trevor Lawrence would have made. Like, there was a couple corner throws that were late and weak that Trevor would have made. And so that gives me hope. Didn't think the team tackled great. Besides Dewey, Wingard, and I think Chappie Russell actually had a pretty decent game besides the blown touchdown where he blew his coverage or his assignment. I didn't think the tackling was great. But when you're a team that doesn't tackle a lot and they didn't have a lot of live bullets, as we call it, then that's what's going to happen. So definitely excited to see what happens in the home game. If anyone's going to the home game, let me know. We'll be there. Should be nice and fun. You can catch me probably in the Bud Zone or somewhere comparable. We'll hit some of these comments before we get out of here. Lonesome Not I says, great show, dude. Fun stuff. I don't change, bro. Oh, thank you. He says, nothing worse than a YouTuber that thinks their shit don't stink. Hashtag Jimmy Smith runs a Romana flea market. Yeah, I appreciate it, Lonesome. I have a lot of fun, like I said. I appreciate you guys. Sean R., I really do like the way you break down the Jaguars plays. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Man, you guys are going to make me blush. Volk Fang, Hall of Fame quarterback Slaughter making Hall of Fame plays. Astrid says, have a good one. Shay J says, do you think Deshaun Watson plays next week? Yeah, I think he does. I think he plays like a series or two. Absolutely. Gerald, next game, I'd like to see some offensive consistency with the starters. Yeah, I mean, I like to see the starters and then have offensive consistency. I know what you meant. I'm just saying I'd take it a step further and say I want to see the starters. Volkfang, I think the guys that looked good are the ones that you were already going to see a lot of this year, and the guys that didn't look great are already on the depth pieces. Yeah, I mean, we definitely have some depth issues, and good teams have good depth, so hopefully we can solve those depth issues, and we'll be good. Well, hey, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to be doing a lot of shows now that the season started, so make sure you're subscribed to all that. Tell a friend that's a Jags fan. They might like it. They might not. Who knows? I'm not a judge. Make sure to follow the Twitter and the Instagram. And if you're into Twitch, I have a Twitch channel where I do things randomly, Jags_United. Feel free to follow that. All those things. Since I was late, DJM, I'll give you this one. I'll let you sneak this one in. Since I was late, what was your opinion on Snoop? I wanted to see more. He didn't play a lot. What did he end up playing? I mean, he ended up playing like, I think he only ended up playing like, let's see here. I don't think he graded out too well. Yeah, I mean, graded out of 48. He only played 10 snaps. I mean, and 6 of them were pass plays. So he had 4 run plays. I mean, he didn't get a lot of play. So it's hard to do it. But I want to see more of them. I do. I think they intentionally kept him out because they're worried about J-Rob. Did you do 58 giving up the play for the last touchdown for the Raiders? No, I didn't go into the fourth quarter. I think it was a bit cheesy of the Raiders to run so many screens this early in the preseason. I agree, but glad it will be a point of it. You're right, Shay. It's a good point. Appreciate the show. Some of the best breakdowns when the NFL isn't shutting you down. Thank you. Deuces. Thank you. Don't forget that like button. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I literally love from my heart the weird L word. I'll say it. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you in a couple days. Make sure all that